What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We're going to change it up a little bit today as per some popular requests. We've been looking at ChatGPT and all the fun and cool things that you can do with this. But did you know ChatGPT can actually write your real estate ads? Stay tuned. Alright, so let's dive in and go over to openapi.com and click on the Learn More button to go ahead and get access to ChatGPT. Now, I will say there are some limitations here because they are in beta mode. So, therefore, that means that if there are too many users, you may or may not be able to log in. Today, I've been successful. I did have a couple times where I was unable to log in just because of the amount of users on the platform since it's been such a huge hit. But today, we're going to talk about how ChatGPT can help you as a real estate agent write ad creative and ad copy. So, let's say you're a real estate agent and you're just kind of stuck, right? You're maybe not the ad copy guru, you're not the advertising expert, maybe that some of these other marketing agencies who want to charge you big dollars are, but you want to have a really nice solid ad copy, right? You want to make sure it's grammarly correct. You want to make sure that it's really attracting and engaging, right? So we're going to use ChatGPT and we're going to actually go through and create a Facebook ad today. I got some secret sauce in here for you guys today. So let's go ahead and open up our KV Core dashboard and I'm going to go over to my lead engine tools. So a couple ways you could actually do this. You could build a landing page. You could also build an IDX squeeze page. Totally up to you and where you want to drive your traffic to. Now, from personal experience and having practiced real estate prior to my technology career, I've found that when you're using something like a Facebook ad, you want to maybe just drive them directly to a home search, right? You're going to drive better engagement. And I say this because the type of ad that we're going to run in Facebook is going to be called a Facebook lead form. Now, you've probably heard this terminology if you've run one before, but a lead form is just basically a form that's prompted and pre-filled inside of Facebook's interface whenever the user clicks on your advertisement, right? So what we're going to do is say, I'm going to build a squeeze page. A squeeze page inside of KV Core is just basically kind of like a predefined home search. Think of it in those terms, right? As if you were going to set up maybe a search for somebody in the MLS, this is similar. I'm basically telling KV Core's system what properties I want to be displayed, and I could do and break this down by price. I could also break it down by type, style, and you can go further into detail. I'm going to just keep this very vague. My goal here is that once I capture a lead, I want to send them directly to my website and allow them to start looking at properties. That's going to drive the biggest engagement. The biggest flaw I see with most real estate advertisements is that not only do they ask you for a lead form on the front end of the website, or on their advertisement, I should say, but once you get to the website, there's either no properties to look at or there's only one property to look at and then the user's gone, right? So the goal here would be to allow them to look as many properties as they want. We've already captured that form and we're going to use a platform called API Nation, which if you're a EXP agent and KV Core user is free to you. You can go in there and leverage the Facebook connector tool to KV Core so that those forms being submitted are actually driven into your KV Core dashboard. Now, here's the important thing. We want to make sure this gets assigned a hashtag. And I say that because inside of KV Core's dashboard, you'll actually be able to trigger a search alert to automatically start sending based off of a hashtag. And I'm going to use the hashtag of Spokane for this, right? And a couple places you can do this. This is probably not the most ideal place in here. You might want to do this inside of API Nation's connector tool, right? When you're setting up the mapping where you want certain values to go to so that they always come in with this hashtag. But here it probably makes no sense because we've set it to never, so it's not going to ask them to register. Therefore, it's not going to actually assign that tag. So we're going to go ahead and generate a link. right? And we have a short link. We also have a long link. You'll want to make sure you use the long link for any paid advertising that you're doing, just because if not, if you try and use a short link that you've created on like Bitly or something like that, it's going to reject your ad automatically. So let's head into our Facebook Ads Manager and go ahead and click on Create a Campaign. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and create a leads campaign here. And we're going to click on Continue. Now, once we do this, it'll ask us to create this leads campaign name. So we can name something like YouTube, right? Facebook advertising. And it's a little contradictory of itself, but we'll go ahead and do that. Now, if you're a real estate agent running housing ads, you need to make sure you actually select housing here, because if not, they're going to reject your ads right out of the gate. And then your country is, of course, the United States. We'll make sure that's connected or selected, I should say. And then if you need to read through some of these if you haven't done so already. Let's go ahead and click on Next. We're not going to do any split A/B testing or Advantage campaign budget. We don't need to do any of that stuff here. And then we're going to give our ad set a name, right? So this could be your subset to your actual advertisement. So Spokane real estate ad. And the goal here is instant forms. So we want them to go ahead and fill out a form. There's our Facebook page. And then if you have any catalogs, maybe you're an e-commerce store or something like that, you can go ahead and do this. But for real estate, this is actually quite cool, because if you can get a hold of the listing feed, you could actually put it into here. And I've done that here on mine, where you could see my listing feed actually comes into here. So I could run a lead form ad that's dynamic and has new listings kind of repopulated into that listing carousel, which is really cool. And then we're going to go ahead and select our daily budget. So we'll say something like, here it's important to pay attention to details. You can see my reach at $2 is very minimal, but my reach at $20 a day is going to be pretty high, right? And you can see my estimated total number of leads just based off of what's set up already. Now, in your audience, you don't want to under-define this, but you don't want to over-define this. It's important to really pay attention here. Make sure that you change this from the United States to your local area. So my local area would be like 99016. And yeah, that is Green Acres. But you can see within a 15-mile radius, that's my limitation. I do have to mark it to that 15-mile radius. Now, what we're going to do is maybe you want to do some detailed targeting. The only ones that I've ever really put in here that I've seen really big success with is like interests. So interest in realtor.com, interest in Zillow. So don't use the Premier Agent one, use the Zillow. That means they've been searching on Zillow's website. You could also maybe do something along the lines of like first-time home buyer. I believe there's the home buyer grant that's in here if you deal with those first-time home buyers. But yeah, don't over crowd this or over analyze this part where you add additional interest, because it's only going to reduce your audience, as you can see. So you can see here now my audience, even at $20 a day, is less than 10 leads per day. So maybe we'll take out like the first-time home buyers and just leave it with Realtor and Zillow and see how that does. And it's important to watch this for the first couple days just to make sure you're generating results. Don't just like set it and forget it, because you could run into the issue where you're spending a lot of money and not generating any leads. So let's go ahead and go to next. And then we're going to start creating our ad copy here. Right, so I selected my catalog, so you can see this is actually really cool, right? So how it creates my carousel. So I can expand this a little bit, and here's my mobile feed, right? So I got all my listings in there. Now, what we're going to be using ChatGPT for today is in the description here, there is an option, or in the primary text, where you want to tell people what this ad is about. We need some ad copy there, right? You don't want to leave that blank, because then it's just very not engaging. So if you go to ChatGPT, here's where the fun begins, right? So I could say things like write me ad or Facebook ad copy for a real estate ad of listings in Spokane, Washington. And we'll go ahead and do this. And this is really cool, because it's going to actually start writing me an ad copy here, and it gives me a few options, right? So option one, looking for your dream home in Spokane, Washington. Look no further. Our team. You would replace the company name, of course, with your team name or your business name. And you can just simply go ahead and do something or use one of these options. Now, just be very cautious. I don't want everybody to run over to ChatGPT and start doing this. Just be very cautious. You might want to change some wording here. You definitely don't want to use this to write blogs or anything like that. I say that optimistically just because you don't want to get caught with plagiarism, right? This is AI. It is searching resources to kind of put these descriptions and put these words together, right? It's looking at other things. So we're going to go ahead and just copy this first option, and then we'll go ahead and paste it into our primary text. And again, you want to replace this company name. So we'll just use our demo page here, postcardhire.com. Right, and you can see that add copy there, and you're done. Right, you can even shorten this if you want. You can say just something like this. So if you want to remove the rest of this out of here, you can go ahead and do that. Just makes it shorter. Make sure there's no more button here. The shorter the description at the beginning, the better. I say that because if you've ever seen real estate ads that have this long, convoluted, drawn out description list, probably about 3 out of 10 users click on that more button to see more of the description before they actually click on the ad. And you don't want them doing that, right? You want them engaging with your ad. So instead of sign up, I always change this call to action to learn more. Just gets a better engagement. And then we're going to go ahead and create a form. Now, when you create your own form, just to remember that it's important to not use this as an over questionnaire. And what I mean by that is you don't want to use this to ask like a million questions. Keep it simple. The most I ask for in here in the questions would be things like first name, last name, and so forth, right? So you can see we're already asking for the information here. So email and full name, and I would actually break the full name up. I would ask for let's see here. They've moved things up around on me since I've been in here. Here we go. So user information. I would break this up into first and last name. Keep in mind, these fields are pre-filled with user information that's been inputted and provided to Facebook. So this is all two-step verified information and details. And then you're basically done, right? You'll go ahead and once you have that link, you'll go ahead and go to your long link here, and you'll just paste that into this link section here. And you'll say something like view listings. There you go. And you're done. You'll click on publish. It'll go through a review period. Your first Facebook ad is now set up. And we did that using ChatGPT, right? Maybe you get stuck like me when it comes to writing ad copy. You've just thought of every kind of ad script out there possible. This is a cool tool to use to actually start helping write some of that ad copy for your Facebook ads, your YouTube ads, even your Google ads, so that you have them really creative. One thing I will point out with ChatGPT too as well, if you wanted to, maybe you're shooting a video, maybe you're not as photogenic as some, and you want a script, right? So I could say, write me a video script for a real estate promo. So, and it actually gives me a pretty cool layout of everything, right? So hopefully you found this video useful. Thanks for watching. Click the like and subscribe button down below, and I am be back with another video shortly. Thanks everyone. Have a great day.